Hi everyone, this is Chitra, founder at Fleur. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Fleur Tutorials. Today is an exciting day because we're starting our new series, Festive Decor DIYs. We're going to be starting with a door look using fresh flowers. Here is the final look. Before we get into the tutorial, I wanted to explain to you guys a little bit about the series that we have. This series is going to run until Diwali, which this year is until 4th November. And we're going to be sharing with you a lot of different decor DIYs that you can do at home. All of these tutorials, even though we are doing it as a team, so you'll see me, you'll see my florist, there's nothing here that you need a lot of technical experience to execute. Everything you can do by yourself, or if you have a friend or a family member, that will just speed up the process. Let's get started with the tutorial. Here is everything that we used. One thing that you will notice with the first few tutorials we're going to show you is it's going to be a little bit different from the previous ones. In the previous ones, we used our long-lasting thorns, and here we are using fresh flowers. At the end of the video, I'll share with you guys some care tips that can help the flowers last longer. As usual, I'm going to be referring to everything on my phone, and you guys can see what I'm seeing right over here. The first thing that we're going to be doing is adding some nails to our door frame. We have a wooden door frame that is a double door. You might already have these nails added to your door. We think that they are probably a staple in most Indian homes just because we have so many festivals around the season, and you might already be decorating your doorways. As mentioned, we have a double door. On our double door, we're going to be adding 5 nails. They're going to be evenly spread out from left to right. After adding in the nails, we're going to go in with some jute string. This is brown jute string that you can get at your local hardware store. Jute string is very strong, and it is perfect for something like this. I would not recommend using anything other than jute string. It can also be reused. Usually with us, we leave our nails and our jute strings on our door kind of year round, and whenever we have anything happening, we just add to that original jute string. Taking the jute string, we're going to tie a double knot. You can go for a triple knot along the first nail, and then we're going to take it along to the next nail, and we're not going to do a knot on the next nail, but we're just going to do a loop around. You can do 2 loops and then take it to the next nail. Also do a loop around, take it to the next nail. And when we get to the last nail, that's where we're going to finish it off with a knot. The reason why we don't do knots on every single nail is because having the loops allows there to be a little bit more tension along the entire jute string, and also when you're at the end, you can adjust it a little bit and make it tighter or a little bit looser as you need. After your jute string is secure, we're going to go in with our fresh marigolds. You can choose whatever colors you like. We've gone with orange and yellow for this look. As we have a double door, we're going for 4 marigold garlands on either side. We're just taking the end of the garland and tying it onto the jute string. These garlands were pre-made at the flower market, and each garland is 3 meters long. For ours, we are alternating the colors, so we have orange, yellow, orange, yellow. You can do 2 oranges, 2 yellows, all yellows, whatever kind of combination works. Orange and yellow are colors that normally go very well together, so there's not much room for mistake with this one. After adding in the garlands, where there is excess at the bottom, you can chop them off. But for us, because we had extra space on the side where our doors are, we're just creating a pretty pattern and creating some swirls with the excess thorns that are left. You can create any pattern that you want, or like I said, just chop them off if you don't have that much space. So that's part 1 of the look. That's how in the middle, that's what it's looking like with 4 garlands on either side. Next, we're going to start filling in the middle. The shape that we're going to create with this is 2 U's. So what we're doing is taking our marigold garlands, tying them again to the jute string, and then taking them to the middle. At this stage, it would be helpful to have a friend to make sure that each side is even. In the middle, we've added 3 garlands. So we started with orange and then alternated to yellow and then orange again. Next, as you can see on top, there is a little bit of empty space, which you could keep adding more marigold garlands to, but we just wanted to add a hint of green, and so we've gone in with these patas. They don't have any particular name, and in your flower market, you might be able to find something similar. It's just called a pata garland or pata toran. This is again in 3 meters. So we're taking the end of the pata garland, tying it to our jute string, and then cutting it to the length where it just meets the top of the marigold. After adding the green garland, you can see that this just complements the orange and yellow very well. These 3 colors work really well for the festive season, and even if you mix mix them and match them a little bit, there's not really many ways that you could go wrong with it. To finish this look, I'm gonna add a yellow garland that's going to be running across the top. This gives the entire look a neat and clean finish. If at any points your jute string at the top is sagging a little bit, which might happen because fresh flowers are really heavy, if you add this thorn across the top or along the side, this just covers that up and just gives it a really nice look. We also went ahead and added some clay and oil Diyas to the side. And here's the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. This is a really quick, easy, simple look that you can create in your home for this upcoming festive season. We use fresh flower marigold thorns and green bata thorns. You can use our long-lasting thorns which ship India-wide. You can use any other type of garland that you have available to you. A really lovely thing about fresh flowers is they also have a really lovely scent to them that just adds to the overall feeling of it being a festival. However, if you want to be a little bit more environmentally conscious, you can opt for reusable garlands like our long-lasting thorns. Our long-lasting thorns, I will say, are a little bit more expensive. However, you can use them multiple times and they last forever. Fresh flower garlands will cost you around 300 to around 500 rupees per 3 meters. So if you kind of consider that and how many times in the year you might have to buy the fresh flower garlands, our long-lasting thorns do make a little bit more sense financially. Regardless of what option you choose, you can create this look that we have shared with you today. I wanted to also offer you guys a couple of tips in terms of keeping your fresh flowers. With fresh flower marigolds, you might want to buy them at least a day or 2 days before whatever day that you're decorating. So usually for Diwali, what we will do is purchase our flowers the morning before and decorate the day before, so the entire look is ready for Diwali. You might want to purchase on the day of Diwali. Maybe you're busy the day before, you might have work or may not have the time. If you're purchasing the garlands from beforehand, you just want to store them in a cool and dark room. If they come in a plastic bag, make sure just to open up the plastic bag so they have enough room to breathe. The best option would be maybe just to lay them out or place them in a basket, or even a cotton bag works really well. You don't have to place them in the fridge. We find just placing it in a cool room works just as well. After you've hung the garlands, depending on the climate that you live in, it should last for about 3 to 4 days. We live in Hyderabad and the climate in November is cool, so it does last up to 5 days. However, we end up removing it a little bit earlier because as the marigold flowers age, and just because there is still a little bit of humidity in the air, they will stain the walls if we have white walls or any white marble. So that is something definitely to consider. If you have any white wood on your door or you have white walls, white floors, the marigold garlands may stain that in a brownish yellowish tinge. You don't need to add any water to the garlands after they're hung up. They should be completely fine. If you have any more questions about how to look after your garlands or your fresh flowers or anything about this look, please leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed this tutorial, give this video a thumbs up and do subscribe to our channel, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!